Ears in the start. They didn't die because of an explosion. They didn't die because of space. They died because someone said, launch anyway. Engineers warned them. The data was clear. The risk was known. Challenger wasn't destroyed in the sky. It was destroyed the night before launch. This is the story NASA didn't want told. Ears in the start, the lie we were told. If you think the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded because of the cold, you're only half right. Because cold weather doesn't kill astronauts. Explosions don't kill astronauts. Decisions do. Warnings were written. Engineers begged. Data screamed. And still, the launch went ahead. This is not the story of a sudden failure. This is the story of a disaster that NASA knew could happen. This is the true story of Challenger. The context: NASA after Apollo. The year is 1986. NASA is no longer chasing the moon. Apollo is over. Now, NASA has something else to sell: backhand index pointing right routine spaceflight. The Space Shuttle is marketed as safe, reusable, reliable, a space truck. They promise spaceflight will soon be as normal as air travel. Launches are scheduled like airline flights. Teachers are flying to space. Politicians are watching. NASA is under pressure. Not scientific pressure. Public pressure. The shuttle, a beautiful compromise. The Space Shuttle is not a perfect machine. It is a political compromise: military demands, budget cuts, congressional promises. Its design is fragile: foam insulation can fall. Tiles can crack. Solid rocket boosters cannot be shut down once lit. And inside those boosters are rubber O-rings. Small, cheap, critical. The O-rings, the silent time bomb. The O-rings seal the joints of the solid rocket boosters. Their job: backhand index pointing right, stops superheated gas from escaping. But engineers already know something terrifying: O-rings fail in cold temperatures. They become stiff. They lose elasticity. They don't seal fast enough. This is not theory. It has happened before. Black soot. Burn marks. Near misses. Challenger is not the first warning. It is the last. January 27, 1986. Florida is freezing. Temperatures drop below anything the shuttle has ever launched in. Icicles hang from the launch tower. Engineers at Morton Thiokol, the booster contractor, panic. They run the data. The conclusion is clear: backhand index pointing right do not launch. They schedule an emergency teleconference with NASA. Engineers explain: O-rings will not seal. Cold increases failure risk. Catastrophic burn-through is possible. They show charts. They show photos. They show data. Their recommendation is unanimous: delay the launch. On the other end of the call, NASA management is not happy. NASA responds with a fatal mindset: prove to us that it is unsafe. Not, prove it is safe. This reverses engineering logic. Safety is no longer the default. Risk is now acceptable unless proven otherwise. The engineers are stunned. NASA pressures Thiokol management. Management asks engineers to reconsider. Engineers refuse. So management asks them to step out of the room. The decision is made without engineers present. The launch is approved. A signature is placed. The fate of 7 astronauts is sealed. Launch day, January 28, 1986. The morning is brutally cold. Ice everywhere. Still. The countdown continues. Inside Challenger are 7 souls: Dick Scobie, Mike Smith, Ron McNair, Ellison Onizuka, Judy Resnick, Greg Jarvis, Krista McAuliffe. A teacher. A symbol. Millions of children are watching live. At liftoff, cameras capture something subtle, a puff of black smoke. The O-ring has failed. Hot gas escapes. At 73 seconds. The flame cuts into the external fuel tank. The structure collapses. The shuttle disintegrates. There is no explosion. There is structural breakup. The crew cabin remains intact, briefly. Then. The ocean rushes up. No warning. No delay. No censorship. This time. The disaster happens live. Teachers in classrooms. Families at home. Children cheering. Then silence. NASA says, obviously a major malfunction. But they already knew. The aftermath, shock and denial. NASA is stunned, publicly. Privately. Documents surface. Memos. Emails. Charts. The warnings were real. The risks were known. The launch was a choice. The Rogers Commission, truth comes out. Physicist Richard Feynman joins the investigation. He performs a simple test, puts O-ring material in ice water. Shows it loses elasticity. On live television. He says, for a successful technology, reality must take precedence over public relations. NASA's culture is exposed. Challenger did not die because of temperature. It died because of normalized risk. Schedule pressure. Management arrogance. Silenced engineers. The same pattern as Apollo 1. Soyuz 1. Columbia. Different decade. Same mistake. We remember Challenger as an explosion. But the real disaster happened the night before. On a phone call. When truth was inconvenient. Challenger did not fail in space. It failed on Earth. And the lesson is clear, space is unforgiving. But it is not cruel. We are. The shuttle was destroyed in 73 seconds. But the decision that killed Challenger took years to build.